Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. This is pre-primed. I did that earlier. It's nice and dry. It's an 18 by 24. And I've been painting over paintings that have sat around as backgrounds for a long time. And I don't care if I make an ugly painting as long as I have interesting colors, because I'm going to add colors over them once they're dry. This is saffron. I need enough paint on the canvas, so I'm going to add as much paint as I can. This is Colourarte 24 karat gold. I have a bunch of colors picked. I don't mind if the white shows through, but I'm going to use some dazzling white anyway. And if I start to fill up the canvas with color, that's okay too, because that'll help me make cells. If I don't have enough paint, enough of a layer of paint, it'll be a problem. This is Emperor's Gold. This is a Colourarte color I haven't used for a while. And it's not very different than the 24 karat gold. It's a little darker. I've got a color called Ginger Peach. I believe it's primary element. It reminds me a lot of quinacridone nickel azo gold. A lot. This is Groovy Guava. Sans the thing that does not belong. Where are my tweezers? I mean, there is a small possibility that I might make a painting, but that is not my intention. I am going to try and use colors that won't become muddy. This is Miami Magenta. And I may go back at any point in time and reallocate more colors. I pulled out some Vivid Intense quinacridone magenta, and it reminds me of the Rhapsody Rose, which I did pull out and I might want to use also. Along with what? Red Violet? Yeah, maybe. Or maybe Tickled Pink. I feel like I need another orange, but I don't really have it. But what I do have is the yellow orange that I mixed, which I think is probably a pretty good solution. Yep, I like that in there. So it's going to be mostly orangey pink in the background, whatever it is. I could throw a little dancing fuchsia in there. That never hurt anything. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Nice and dark too. Oh, and it's dragging some kind of thread off the front. I don't like that. I'm going to have to resolve that issue. What else did I say I was going to use? Tickled Pink. Make sure the tab isn't going to come off in the painting. I don't mind the tab drying on the top of the bottle, because that means I know that it probably sealed itself up and is less likely to have a big blob in there of dried paint. Okay, almost time. I keep looking at the Whispering Wisteria thinking I might want some of that. But I don't really want to do a lot with the purple and the yellow in the same gig. Move my bottles out of the way for the most part. keep them handy, so if I need them, I'll get them back again. I might want to just make a dish of color. I'm going to put some cell activator in here so I can just dip it in. I'll start by adding it right to the spatula, just to see how it's going to work. Alright, that's kind of cool. I'm definitely okay with that. It's a brindle painting. I'll take a picture just because, well, maybe we'll shimmer it at you, because it would definitely be worth keeping. You know, I could just change my mind and decide to keep this. And it's been a while and I haven't stopped loving it, but I promised myself I would try and use it as a stage 1 and go on to stage 2. So I'm going to risk a bunch of things, among them some dazzling white, because I want more white. I want more light colors. And I'm going to try and add a bunch at first in places I like the idea of them, so I can hopefully spread them all out. This is frozen. I like to put colors over colors that'll be a dramatic background when I scrape them away. I don't have a lot of frozen, but I'm willing to sacrifice it for this piece. And I have a few more colors picked out, like this is Blue Velvet. I have African Violet, which is in a hard to squeeze bottle, but I think it'll be okay. I wanted a bunch of turquoises. This is Royal Sapphire. And I wanted a bunch more purple. I've got some frozen amethyst here somewhere. Right here. Is this or Snapdragon? It might be Snapdragon as well. It's very similar to the African Violet, it looks like. This is Water Lily, which needs to go in very specific locations so it doesn't get lost. I said Snapdragon, so I don't know if I can get any out or not. I'm right down to the dregs, and I usually tip the bottle so I can get to whatever's in there in a timely manner, but Hey, it's cooperating. Must be meant to thing. And then the last color I'm going to try and use, I say that very, very loosely, is going to be Midnight Shadow. Although I did pull out the Mystique. This is the Midnight Shadow and the Frosted Berry, and I wanted light colors, or so I thought. I'm going to need a scrape dish, I think. I still want some Frosted Berry, but I'm going to use the Mystique first. I never did use the pink diamond. That's okay, I can always use the pink diamond later if I need to. This is the Frosted Berry. Don't know how this is going to work. I probably should by now. I've done this a few times. But my theory is, as long as I'm using colors that I love and they're not going to clash or turn brown, I should be okay. A large silicone brush. And a scrape dish. I had smaller ones picked out. Definitely need a scrape dish. Don't know why I didn't think of that in advance. I'm going to use the color that's left over on the brush to start the next section. It looks like that didn't cover. That's okay, I don't mind starting part way up. Push those colors right off. Not going to scrape this until I have to. Looks like I need to be careful of that stretcher bar. Now, if we're lucky, we'll have magic happen. Oh, I've got a little bit more. Let's turn it around, go from the other direction. Scrape off my tool. Make sure everything is pretty much integrated as much as possible. It's nice and wet. And when I drag across the center section, I want to be nice and careful. It occurs to me I might want to use the smaller brush just to make different lines, but I'm planning on removing some paint. Like quite a bit of it, actually. For that, I'm going to use a smaller brush. And I might want to play initially. I might want to take a second and grab a paper towel. I've got one. Yay. Put that down right here. It's not a clean one, but it's still handy. Looks like I'm dragging a filament through. Come on, I got it, yay. I'm dying to try this smaller tool. I think I'll be using the scrape dish a lot. Let's keep trying different things until we find something we'll fall in love with. This is a Wilton cake decorating tool. Gotta try it. Gotta keep moving while the paint is still loose enough to do everything I want to do. I'm going to grab, this is a homemade, this is a plastic spatula I had from the dollar store. That I notched at home. I'm not sure I'm going to keep those swirlies, but I might want to try them in a different place and see if it makes a difference. Keep knocking things off. Not getting too painty yet. Once I start getting bulbs, I gotta make sure to pay closer attention. And scrape more readily. I am liking the effect. What else have I got? I've got a different configuration, like so. Doesn't show a whole lot. Still not sure about those swirlies, which means I should try and do something about that feeling before it gets any tackier. Yeah, I don't think they were working for me. Might be time to change my brush because it's carrying glop. Might be useful glop. I like to add some horizontals after a while. I never did use my nail art tool, and I want to. That worked well to even up those stripes a little bit. I don't know how much more I need, honestly. I don't want to leave too much paint behind, but I don't want to take too much paint away either. That's better. I like all of that. It's not moving at the bottom, so it's done. See what it looks like from a different angle. Sort of smooth away some of those curves that I'm not 100% sure about. It's kind of a large piece to expect to be able to have everything be as I would like to have it. I suppose there's always the possibility that you could go back the next day. I don't see why not. Add more color and take away more paint. I think that's probably it. Although it's not going to keep me from playing for a little bit longer. I like my Wilton cake decorating tool. Let's see if I can get some more to come off. I like changing up the textures. I like using some of the residuals too. Well, I did offer the original piece as a print on my Fine Art America, so if you liked it as much as I do, you should go check that out. The link is on the link tree. It's different, alright. It's getting better too. I'm not panicked yet. Nothing has to be totally perfect anyway. Worst case scenario, like I said, there's always tomorrow. But I think it's going to be okay. It's intense, that's for certain. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow, whether I'm going to do something else to it or not. So, this is dry, and I want some more yellow in it. And I wish I could put the whole thing, I wish you could see it all as a vertical, because that's the sort of direction I want to paint it in. Sorry about making your head spin. Anyway, hopefully I can keep my head out of the way, and I'm going to use some Tuscan Sun. And try a few things, and if I need a paper towel, I'll use one. But this is, I keep finding these things that I'm assuming are vapes on the ground in parking lots where I shop at a drugstore, and they just have a nice square shape, rectangular shape. Sans cat hair, hopefully. And I know I can probably pull through them. And if I get brave enough, maybe I can draw a line. I don't think it needs a whole lot. And I'm dying to try my nail art tool to see what will happen. Just adding some thin lines is not a bad solution for me. Except for my tool is shedding paint. I kind of like that. Less is more, definitely in this case. So basically just using little puddles. And I really still wanted some black. But I'm not sure that that's going to happen right now. It might happen tomorrow. Otherwise I'll be late for dinner. Which is pretty much my MO anyway. Yeah, I don't think I'll be drawing with the bottle, but I might be continuing on with the rubber brush. Kind of got the craving for some turquoise too. Something like cyan aqua, but I haven't decided 100% yet. I am liking the yellow as much as I thought I would. Kind of a bold move, but I think it's going to balance things out the way I want it to work. Just enough to drag the eye out of the darkness. I think I could probably add lots of colors over time. I gotta put that down. I gotta keep standing back to look at what I've done too. If it's not dark enough, I can always hit it again tomorrow. I I do like the fact that Tuscan Sun will show up over dark colors. Seems like anyway. I really loved this when I started, and I kind of wished for a minute I hadn't done anything to it, but I'm getting to be happier by the moment. Just exactly what I needed. And seeming that it's yellow, if you don't like it, you can always do something to it. Like add a color over it. Having a hard time making lines straight lately. I like the textural effect. If the yellow works well enough, I'll get over my thought of needing some black. Thought about white also. I'm so much happier. I'm going to add a little bit more. It's every bit as good as I anticipated. At least it is for me. Okay, I'm going to say I'm done actually, which is never something you should believe, but That's because it's an artist's prerogative to never be done. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.